We are here in Gebesee, an ICOS Class 1 station, named after a small village, a small town close by, where only 2,000 people live. To my knowledge, it is one of the longest running, if not the longest running ecovariance site at a crop field in Europe. This year it's the first time that we have sunflower here on the field. And agriculture plays a big role in this area, and we need to know how sustainable the actual agricultural management is. The central part of every ICOS station is the ecovariance measurements of CO2 and water vapor. And besides that, we are at the moment in the process of setting up auto chamber measurements for N2O, because N2O is quite important for agricultural sites and particularly for crop sites where fertilization takes place. This site is fertilized both with mineral fertilizer and organic fertilizer every now and then. So we want to understand or want to measure the N2O exchange. Another point that makes it quite unique is for ecovariance measurements, you need a certain fetch. So you need a huge area to do these measurements so that the field of view of the sensors, called the footprint, is large enough. So it should be a very homogeneous area so that not any buildings or streets or any other things are inside this footprint. And if you look around here regarding the footprint, this site is a dream.
Our goal in our field campaigns is to make sure that all the instruments are running fine. We adapt our field campaigns to the plant growth status. So we plan in advance when we have to do different measurements in the field, and also to maintain our systems running. Working outside also can be challenging. If it rains, if it's stormy, if the weather is bad, you have to adapt quickly. Also, the preparation of the field trip involves a lot of planning and scheduling.
At the moment, we are compiling our own site-specific carbon balance, so we will have a balance over the 22 years of measurements that we have here, and the results so far look really interesting and also quite puzzling. So what we see is that under the current management and looking at the ecovariance data together with the harvest and fertilization data, that we actually lose quite a bit of carbon. Measurements are quite important and already caused some discussion, because the soil is the place where we want to have the carbon, because for the fertility of the soils, to make sure that we can still grow crops here at this site in many years from now. But if we lose carbon constantly over the years, then at some point maybe agriculture as it's done at the moment is not possible anymore. And that's something we have to have a close look at, and that's why we do these long-term measurements and monitoring. It's very important to measure agricultural emissions, particularly from crop sites, because they cover huge areas, not just here in Germany or in Central Europe, but basically worldwide. And it's very important to keep these sites and the soils healthy so that we can grow crops, not just now, but also for future generations.